Big night, my queen, big night. The Chaotic Wrestling Heavyweight Champion is coming to the monarchy.
Right.
First time ever heavyweight champion. I cannot wait.
That.
Cannot wait.
Me too, and then Jam also has a huge match. I can't wait. I'm so excited to be out there with him.
You are not coming out with Jamari.
Why?
Tonight is about me and me alone.
Okay.
Shut up!
What? What are you... I'm not even doing this.
That came out the wrong way. I'm sorry.
No,
Queen,
not doing it. Leave me
I'm
alone.
sorry.
No.
The couch is uncomfortable.
Bro, it's not that bad, bro. Dude, I could still wrestle.
It looks horrible,
Dude,
actually.
I just swaginated too hard. It's White Boy of the Year swag.
What?
Yes.
What about me, Ginger of the Year? White Boy of the Year? Swagging too? What are you guys even talking about?
Beat up stuff.
Gen Z terms, you know. I'm just messing with you. I love you. Oh, easy there. God. You're doing all the work tonight, kid. Okay. Big tag team match tonight. I'm so proud of you guys and how far you've both come. Chaotic Wrestling needs tag team champions like you guys. Go out there and kill it tonight, okay? We'll do. Absolutely. Oh, it's a flip phone. Armani. Yeah. We're in Lawrence. Where are you? Yeah. Don't worry about the belt. Don't worry about the belt. Just get. You frustrate me. Just get here, okay? Come on. I need. Just get to the building. Don't worry about the belt. All right? We're in Lawrence. Hey, how you doing, young man? You got your hands full. Gotta go.
Guys, I'm coming! Guys, why not?
Yeah.
I think I cry if I'm chaotic. I don't chase the pain when I stay neurotic. Chaotic. I think I cry if I'm chaotic.
Welcome, everybody. We're in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
So why would I wanna change? It's safe inside the void. I'm lost and I'm drowning out the noise. We're chaotic. Restless mind by take action.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We're in Lawrence, Massachusetts for Total Chaos. We're in for a night of great action. We're starting things off with the New England Championship on the line.
Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Chaotic Wrestling New England Championship. Introducing first from Medford, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds. He is the current, reigning, and defending Chaotic Wrestling New England Champion, the man with the P-O-G-O, Milo Mira.
I was just so excited to get things going here. We're hot off the heels of Cold Fury, and our New England champion, Milo Mira, is putting the title on the line right here in our opening contest, Julian.
A lot of false starts from you, Pat, but that's okay. I understand the excitement. We've had too long of a break here, and Milo Mira is the personification of excitement. I am very excited to see this opening bout. You know, I'm not excited to see is the Chaotic OGs here. I don't really like what Trigger the OG has become, aligning with Chase Del Monte. I don't, not my forte.
And his opponent, the challenger, accompanied to the ring by the Chase that runs the place, Chase Del Monte, representing the Chaotic OGs, weighing in at 220 pounds, Trigger the OG.
Here is my problem with this, is Trigger the OG has always proven to be a very loyal person to join with, and Chase Del Monte has been known to turn his back on almost every partner he's ever had. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion, that Chase does the same to Trigger.
Well, they're walking in with their unlit cigarillos. I don't understand why they're so confident. They're coming off of a loss at Cold Fury in that Mill City Mayhem match, where I think just about everybody on their team went through a door.
Yeah, that was a hellacious fight there, and I think Chase Del Monte probably got the worst of it, because not only did he take a physical beating, but he probably, as much as he'll never admit it, took a beating to his heart, because one of his closest friends, Matt Logan, returned to Chaotic Wrestling and aligned with the enemy, aligned with the unit. And I'm sure that's not something that Chase Del Monte exactly wanted to deal with.
He should be touching that Milo Mira's pogo stick over there.
He's gonna break his ankles.
That's an expensive pogo stick, I'm sure.
It is a very expensive pogo stick. If you don't know this, ladies and gentlemen, Milo Mira used to be a competitor, pogo stick competitor, where he would do these competitions of these insane tricks, and the guy could fly through the air like the best of them. And not only that, but he would perform in the downtown Boston Common area, and he was quite the show, and that has translated well over here to Chaotic Wrestling, to his professional wrestling career, and you can see it as a success because he is our New England champion currently defending right now.
Well, he's got a tough challenger in front of him, the two-time Chaotic Wrestling former New England champion in Trigger the OG. And of course, having Chase Del Monte on the outside is no easy task to avoid.
No, that is a third wheel that you have to worry about. Chase Del Monte's not afraid to get his hands dirty, and he will get involved because the Chaotic OGs are something new. It's a fresh formed team here with Chaotic Wrestling, and Chase Del Monte loves gold. And so I'm sure, even though he wouldn't be the one holding it, he would love to live vicariously through Trigger the OG and capture the New England Championship. You can see right there the pogo-like offense from Milo Mira as he jumps off the bottom rope, going through a roll, twisting that arm, and then getting that arm drag. And you're going to notice that with Milo Mira is you're going to see a lot of pogo-like offense, a lot of jumping around.
Incredible agility and athleticism, but you can't ignore the toughness of Trigger the OG as he tosses Milo Mira in the corner. What a backflip!
Athleticism you quickly mentioned. Look at this! Beautiful Hurricane Rana.
Trigger the OG quickly to the outside, trying to avoid any more of Milo Mira's offense. I don't know, you can avoid this!
Oh my! Like a lawn dart coming through the middle to the outside. Tope Suicida, and Trigger the OG is in trouble.
Absolutely is. Things are looking good thus far for the New England champion, Milo Mira.
A lot of weapons involved right now, and that being Chase Del Monte, but those famous gold chains that Trigger the OG is always known to wear, he has used those in the past with past tag teams, the unit being one of them, Casanova Inc. We've seen those chains come into play several times, and so that is another
let's
variable.
Hope for Milo Mira's sake that he's done his homework.
Absolutely, I would hope.
He's got his eye out for that.
As I say to my wife, keep your head on a swivel, and that's exactly what Milo Mira has to do here tonight.
And could we see some more springing action from Milo Mira here? Oh, wait a second, Chase Del Monte grabbing Milo by the foot.
And he is very proud of himself. Milo is not too impressed.
Of course he's not. Chase has no reason to be involved here. No right.
Oh, he's putting his hands on a competitor here.
I know you're the owner, but that doesn't give you any right to put your hand on a competitor in an active competition.
Rules are rules. And I think referee Brendan Paul has had enough. One too many.
And there we go. Brendan Paul throwing Chase Del Monte out from ringside. He's banned for the rest of this match.
Chase Del Monte being a little overzealous. That is the oldest trick in the book, but he got caught. I think he was too involved here. I think his excitement was as big as yours.
But watch out, Milo Mira. You're going to pay attention to your opponent as Trigger the OG comes soaring from off the top rope to the floor with a double axe handle.
Very reminiscent of the late, great Macho Man Randy Savage. Known to fly off top rope with those double axe handles, and Trigger the OG using that weapon to perfection.
It's the veteran awareness to take advantage of the slight distraction of the referee throwing Chase Del Monte out from ringside. Well done, and he might be on his way to winning the third New England championship for his repertoire, or his accolades.
One of them.
To his accolades.
Yeah, to his accolades. We'll get there.
Working on it.
Milo Miro was just rocking and rolling, but now, wow, that is not high knee. Jesus, Triple H there. I'm liking this offense here. Trigger the OG.
It's triple-licious.
I got what you're saying. A couple triples?
That's it.
Yeah, that made sense. My brain was like couple triples.
And right now, Milo Miro still fighting. As the crowd here in Lawrence, Massachusetts, cheering him on, trying to get him to will himself back into this thing.
Trigger OG is letting the fans get into his head. He quickly stuck his head out to jaw jack with a fan, and you don't want to give Milo Miro too much time. That recovery time could be to your detriment, and you could see Milo Miro quickly pull out a victory.
Cover here. Not enough to keep the New England champion down.
He did not win that by being an easy pin, so I think Trigger the OG knows that he has to put in more work to put someone like Milo Miro down, but pinning your opponent mid-match isn't necessarily a bad move. If you want my opinion on it, the logic behind it is it takes energy to kick out. It takes energy to get your shoulders off the mat. So even then, a pin mid-match, if you don't have your opponent down, you're still draining some energy from your opponent.
Excellent point. Right now, though, Trigger the OG attempting to continue that offensive streak, but Milo Miro fighting back with everything he can. I don't know if he can fight out of this one.
Oh my, big back body drop.
I stand corrected. A big opportunity for the New England champion.
New England champion right now is trying to use the fans to pump that adrenaline back into his system, fight through the pain. Big clothesline. Big back elbow to follow.
Clothesline, Trigger the OG.
Oh, beautiful!
Nice Pele kick with a little added umph there from Milo Miro. And he's not done yet, Julian.
He's zeroing in on his target here. He had something planned, but it looks like he is closing the distance now to get European uppercut.
Bouncing up.
Big blockbuster!
Can he put Trigger OG away?
Oh!
Wow, Trigger the OG able to kick out of that. That's one of the maneuvers that he's been using to put away his opponents during this title reign.
He absolutely has put away a few opponents with that move. The fact that Trigger the OG is kicked out is a miracle, I think, in Trigger's. I think he's on autopilot at this point.
A Milo miracle?
It was a Milo miracle, but in favor of Trigger the OG.
Uppercut this time from Triple-Licious Trigger the OG.
Missing that clothesline. Oh! Double! Both individuals going the outside.
Over the top rope. The New England champion sending Trigger the OG to his...
It seems like demise at this point. And Trigger the OG can't seem to get away from Milo Miro's offense. And this is what the people love to see. This is what Milo Miro is known for.
Up and up on that pogo stick. I'd watch out if I were Trigger the OG.
Oh, no!
Caught him in an atomic drop.
Oh, big power bomb!
New champion!
No!
Almost!
Kick out 2.5. That was a close one.
Wow.
High risk, no reward, but Milo Miro still able to kick out. This fight continues. Milo Miro, this isn't an easy challenge for him.
And now what's Trigger the OG doing? He's reaching in his pocket.
Not going for the chains that are hooked up, but he does have a chain, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I mentioned this. Something he is known for using. There we go. There's the chains.
He's got, well, let's clarify, he's got two chains on him, folks, one in each hand.
Plan A, Plan B, Plan C.
He just threw one of them to the floor here. Referee Brendan Paul picks it up, and I think I see what's going on
He's
here.
a veteran. Oh!
Oh, and I think Milo Miro did too, catching Trigger the OG with the super kick, Death Valley driver.
Big Death Valley driver here, and I think we're gonna see it. Corks, no. Moonsault to a sleeve, oh no!
There it is with the chain in the hand. Referee didn't see it, but wait a second, Milo Miro is still able to kick out.
Milo Miro kicking out on instinct after getting floored with that chain. I cannot even believe that. You can see Milo's out.
And this has got to do it.
My!
Oh, wait a second!
Wow, what a pin!
Milo's got him! The champion retains!
Here is your winner and still Chaotic Wrestling New England Champion, the man with the P-O-G-O, Milo Mira!
What an insane match that was, ladies and gentlemen. My word. What a way to kick off Chaotic Wrestling.
What a start to an amazing show. What a start to an amazing new cycle here in Chaotic Wrestling. We just had our biggest show of the year in Cold Fury. And tonight, we have a lot going down, including our main event. BMT's going up for the Heavyweight Championship. But where is the championship, Julian?
That's the question we all want to know, ladies and gentlemen. We're as confused as you are.
Pat Matthews, Julian Starr here, and I'm getting word that we have a video coming up. I wasn't expecting a video.
Me neither. I guess we got to see what's going on.
Shannon, I am so excited. We're finally getting to have a sleepover.
Yeah.
But you know, a sleepover can't be complete without popcorn.
Paris, you know how I love my
I know,
popcorn.
it's your favorite thing.
Thank you, really. What's this?
Shannon, I know we've had our ups and our downs, and some people might say that we're moving too quickly, but when you know, you know. So Shannon Levangie, will you do me the honor of being my best friend?
Paris, I thought you would never ask.
Guess what? Guess what? I have one too!
Of course I'll be your BFF.
So look, now that we're besties for the resties, I've decided I want to give you a makeover.
A makeover? Paris, you really don't have to do that. You don't.
I know, but that's what makes me so wonderful. So yeah.
Okay, we can do a
This is
makeover.
gonna be the best day ever.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
What does that mean? A makeover?
I guess so. They had a sleepover that, I mean, good for them. They're building a friendship here. But man, a makeover. I'm curious to see how this goes. I hope, are we going to get to see this for the rest of the night? I really hope so. I want to know what a makeover entails by PVD.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's going to be a lot of glam, a lot of glitz?
Well, I would hope so. PVD puts a lot of effort into what she does.
Introducing first from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 215 pounds. He is a man built by divine design, Cheryl Rivera.
Well, Rivera, of course, we've seen him on Tubi on WWE Evolve as one of WWE ID's newest prospects. He earned that right just a couple of months ago here in Chaotic Wrestling, and tonight he is in action, but against who? I know who, actually. It's Prince Jamari, and this is the gift that King BMT was promising. What a gift that is.
It could be a gift or it could be a trap. Honestly,
I'm leaning more towards trap. I mean, I know Prince Jamari's talented and all, but this is one of the top competitors here in not only Chaotic Wrestling, but in the country.
You'd absolutely. I mean, WWE doesn't ID just everybody. They ID
his opponent from House Monarchy, weighing in at 145 pounds, Prince Jamari.
They don't just ID anybody, ladies and gentlemen. They ID the best, and Rivera is probably the best of New England today. That's why he had an impressive showing Wednesday on Evolve. had a lot to say, a lot about himself. I'm surprised he doesn't carry a mirror around with him 24/7.
No, he's always been confident. Says he's built by divine design. But can Jamari turn heads here tonight and take down the WWE ID prospects?
We've seen bigger surprises from Jamari. His debut with his brother when they beat the Monarchy in that tag team scramble.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely possible for Jamari to come out victorious.
He's been turning heads ever since he debuted here in Chaotic Wrestling.
He really has.
A little over a year ago.
We saw the Monarchy grow in popularity. We saw the Monarchy's victories go up with Jamari on the team. I would say Jamari has a great shot at beating a WWID star.
The bell has rung. Here we go. Rivera versus Jamari. Nice takedown there from Rivera. Showing off the physique as well. Saying it's easy work for him.
That's the type of attitude you have when you overlook someone like Jamari, is how Jamari can capitalize and get a victory.
For another belly-to-back takedown. Picking him right back up.
Nothing about Rivera, but I mean, do you really want WWE to see this? And if you lose to Jamari, not to take anything away from him, but if you lose to Jamari, do you think WWE is going to second guess or rethink their ID? Maybe it goes to Jamari.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but you're right. That must be what's going through Rivera's head right now.
I would think so. I mean, personally, I try to look at it like a sport. Everything is a sport, you know what I mean? At some point, if a quarterback isn't living up to what you thought, then maybe you move on to the person they played against. So I think Rivera needs to, screw his head on straight.
And Jamari now fighting back with everything he can. And a nice Hurricanrana, sending Rivera to the other side of the ring. He's going for that monkey flip once more, or maybe not. He's going to hit him up with some punches. Crowd here in Lawrence counting along, but I think Rivera has had enough.
Oh! Sending Prince Jamari to the mat. And I find it suspicious that the Monarchy's not out here to support Jamari, specifically Queen Ariel.
Queen Ariel, sure, but I'm not so surprised about BMT not being out here. We saw what went down in the Battle Royale at Cold Fury, where BMT eliminated both Jamari and Ariel at the same time, and it was no accident. It was very intentional.
It was very intentional, but again, I take nothing away from King BMT because there was an opportunity on the line, and unfortunately, there can only be one winner, and that winner was BMT, and we are going to see that come to head tonight.
Rivera showing off his power, crushing Jamari in the corner.
Just pressuring Jamari, and Jamari can't seem to fight. Well, I spoke too soon. Prince Jamari able to fight out.
Well, that's kind of been his strength ever since debuting on the scene, is being able to come from nowhere, come from behind, but there's no coming from behind on that. Dario Rivera, just launching him to the outside.
Never say die as Prince Jamari, but right now, the one built by divine design, Rivera is in the ring, impressed by himself.
And now the count is begun. Jamari has 3 more seconds to get into the ring.
I mean, a count out is a way of loss. I don't see Rivera wanting to lose that way, but who knows?
He could be going for one of those takedowns. Oh, wait a second.
Those takedowns have proven, oh my, that was close.
Jamari rolling through, not going to let Rivera bully him anymore.
He's trying, he's fighting his way through this battle here.
He was going to attempt for sliced bread. Rivera fighting off again in a big fall-away slam. Now showing off the athleticism.
Rivera is just impressed by himself. I mean, every time Prince Jamari seems to get a bit of offense, Rivera quickly shuts him down.
You got to give Jamari a lot of credit for keeping up as much as he has. But I think his time might be coming to an end here. Maybe once again we spoke too soon. Jamari just keeps fighting out.
He really has no quit in him, this kid. Big spinning elbow, but I think that took a lot out of him. He put a lot behind that elbow, and now he has to try and regain composure. Ariel looks like he got caught right in the mouth.
Yeah, he was knocked silly there. He might be seeing stars, not what he expected from Jamari.
I had a show called Season 6 once. Got canceled after the first episode. Big splash in the corner.
Jamari coming in again. Another big splash. Rivera is a lot bigger than he is. He's doing everything he can. Take. Man.
Jamari just took an open palm uppercut to the jaw, and I think. Oh! I spoke too soon again!
Looked like it was going to be a Falcon's arrow, but it was turned into a stunner from Jamari.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you could bet on this match, I would not be able to put any kind of parlay together because Jamari just keeps pulling out surprises. I can't read what's going on here. Not a predictable person. Oh, man.
Big belly to back suplex. Jamari Rivera, see, it looks like he's had enough, but what is this again? Wow! Jamari just coming out of nowhere with yet another offensive maneuver, taking down Jariel Rivera.
Able to get back to his feet. It's like this kid's made of rubber.
And I wouldn't waste too much time if I were Jamari.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, am I going crazy?
The hell is that?
Or am I seeing a bunny in here?
I know it's...
Wait a minute.
I know it's Easter weekend for those who celebrate, but I don't think we're celebrating right now here in Chaotic Wrestling. What was that?
Am I hallucinating, or did I see the Easter Bunny come in here and interfere with this match?
No, I saw it too, and Rivera just got the victory. I'm so confused.
Here is your winner, Jariel Rivera.
The Easter Bunny just walked in, folks, and costed Jamari a match.
A match that seemed to have been going in his direction. It looked like he finally found his stride and was able to get Rivera on the ropes here.
Why did nobody stop said Easter Bunny? Where's security?
Right. Why? Security didn't jump up once because a bunny just jumped the guardrail and got involved in a match. What is security even doing? And why weren't there any Cadbury eggs dropped off?
Religious or something. Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Can't hurt the Easter Bunny.
Right. It's true, I guess.
Anyway, let's send things to Rich Palladino as he takes us in to our next match.
This has been an insane night.
Lawrence, Massachusetts! First time in over 6 years, Chaotic Wrestling's been back here. Great to see so many new and familiar faces in the crowd. Our next event, 2 weeks from tonight. Not 3, 2 weeks from tonight. Friday, April 17th, we return to Tewksbury at the Elks Lodge. So hope you guys can join us. Get your tickets at chaoticwrestling.com.
Oh, the party is about to turn up, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Omar La Casa!
Omar La Casa debuting, or re-debuting, I should say, at the Battle Royal of Cold Fury. And my word was I a big fan of his energy. I love this party style. This has always been my forte. This song is amazing, and he's got the hip swivel of a god.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to bring the fuego here tonight, and I can't wait to see what he has in store.
Omar La Casa, you certainly are en La Casa. We haven't seen you since the Chaotic Countdown. Gotta know, young man from Portland, Maine, what do you have in store for the athletes here in Chaotic Wrestling?
Oh, for the athletes and the fans here, I'm here to swivel my hips and party with Lawrence.
Well, that party's going to be cut short, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a former Chaotic Wrestling Panoptic champion come to join us, being Calvin Dumont. I was enjoying the hip swivels and the party about to begin with Lawrence, but we're now being joined by Calvin Dumont, I'm sure, who is sour as he has lost his Panoptic Championship, which he feels he has earned. And I'll tell you this, I will give props to Calvin. Calvin defended that like a true champion, and sometimes...
Okay, cut the music!
Didn't win it by ideal circumstances.
I said cut the music!
Well, let's see what he has to say.
Why are you saying what? Idiot says what? Okay. I'm a bit confused because Richard Palladino over there, you were interviewing him, right? His name is literally Omar the House.
Fair point.
Yes, I speak Spanish. I'm Calvin Dumont. I'm eclectic. Which is why you should be interviewing me.
Means he steals.
Because, one, I speak Spanish. I'm Calvin Dumont, former Panoptic champion. Two, my life is way more interesting than Omar the House's. And most importantly, I can move my hips way better than you ever could.
You want to bet? Let me get a ref out here.
Is this a ref or a judge?
I don't know. I would assume we're going to get a ref. Well, I mean, Omar Casa, he understands. He's probably had this challenge more than he can count, where people say, hey, your hips, they don't move as well as my hips. And he knows he needs an impartial judge in there.
All right.
That being the referee.
Okay. Brendan Paul. Oh, I think we're having a match here, Julian.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. They're circling. A lot more than their hips.
Calvin does have a good hip swivel there. I don't know. There's a lot. That's a big circle there. I think this has to be judged on the circumference of the circle being drawn with the hips there.
There was good circumference on those ones.
There was. I mean,
I did like the circumference.
This is good, but it's a little tight.
It's not of an oval.
Yeah, a little oval.
All right, let's send it to Brendan Paul for the results. Oh, he's ringing the bell. He didn't like either of them. We're getting things off for a fight, folks. We're live here in Lawrence, Massachusetts. It is total chaos, hot off the heels of Cold Fury. And right now, Omar Casa is taking on Calvin Dumont. I think this might be his first singles match here in Chaotic Wrestling.
Yeah, I would absolutely think so. And he has quite the feat in front of him. Because like I said, give him, I mean, he's pretty intolerable, but Calvin Dumont was a great Panoptic champion. He did fight hard, and he came into his own as he retained his championship. Sometimes he was falling into victories, like he fell into the victory of the Panoptic championship, but over time, he was winning them fair and square. He was doing the job. He was doing the job done right.
Well, he's not done swiveling, Julian. Oh, he's done now. What the heck?
Well, now he was just
he was sliding.
He was I don't even know, a streak?
That was a streak.
He left a streak on his back. But if he can defeat Calvin Dumont, I mean, that's a former champion. That is a great start to your Chaotic Wrestling career.
And he's still jiving those hips.
Those hips matter, man. How many people do you know are using their hips to... There we go.
Use him if he got him.
I tell people that all the time. My mom used to say, use what you got. Use what your mama gave you. And there is no way that I'm seeing what I'm seeing right now.
That's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is someone standing at the ramp. And in case you're confused, I'm almost certain that is Brad Cashew. And is he taking notes?
Well, he's got a haircut. That's for one.
He absolutely does. But he's taking notes right now, and he's not dressed to compete.
Of course, Brad Cashew, former Chaotic Wrestling heavyweight champion, former New England champion. We haven't seen him in months. Right now, though, in the ring, Calvin Dumont taking it to Omar Casa. Dumont, of course, former Panoptic champion in his own right. Suplex here. Not going for the cover. Might not be so wise of
And you know what? You're right on par because that's exactly, you can see by his face, he doesn't, Brad Cashew doesn't agree. He felt like he should have gone for the cover too. He's almost like, you know what he reminds me of looking at this? He's got a whistle on.
Yeah?
He looks like a coach.
I think he looks more like a scout to me.
He kind of a scout, kind of a coach. You know what? This makes a lot of sense. Do you want to know why? Because Brad Cashew is an actual wrestling coach.
That's true.
He's a wrestling coach and has coached high school wrestling teams for many years. As a matter of fact, he just coached the state champion this year.
No way.
He did. I did get word that he coached a state champion this year for the first time, a male and a female champion. 2 champs. Unbelievable.
And he thinks he's now gonna, he can bring his talents over here to Chaotic. I mean,
that's what makes, it makes sense, right?
He's got the accolades and a big set of knees to the face of Omar La Casa there, dead center in the middle of the ring. And still, that Dumont not going for the cover. I don't know if that's just a misstep on his part, or is it part of his game plan here?
Well, based on the mounted punches and the aggression behind them, I'm going to assume it's a little bit of ego, because you got to remember, former Panoptic champion debuting Omar La Casa. I think he wants to kind of humiliate Omar.
He wants to teach him a lesson, say, hey, welcome to Chaotic Wrestling.
Right.
Hope you're ready.
Hope you're ready for someone like myself. Now, my other question about Brad here, maybe he is scouting, because to be a coach, you have to pick a talent, right?
Yes.
And just like a draft of any sport, you kind of have to figure out, whoa, wait a minute. We almost just saw a victory here.
Do you think he's scouting Dumont, or do you think he's scouting La Casa? Maybe both?
Could be both.
I mean, you got to think he's seen enough of Dumont over the past couple of years.
Yeah, there's enough notes and film out there to study. Maybe he's looking at the current product,
Maybe someone that he could coach up as a future prospect, such as La Casa. And now La Casa, though, he's starting to light on fire. Belly to back. Watches Calvin Dumont. I think I've seen that kind of recently.
We did. I saw an individual looks just like him.
Omar La Casa?
No.
Oh.
Just like Calvin Dumont, who went flying through the air by the hands of Omar Femi.
That was on Netflix, folks. We're here live on YouTube, on Twitch, and oh, wait a minute! Dumont, thumbs to the eyes!
Going to the eyes, which is an illegal move, and referee Brendan Paul put a stop to that quickly, but not before Calvin Dumont could take advantage and drop that devastating knee, which has put many away, and I believe it put Omar La Casa away.
What a match!
Here is your winner, Calvin Dumont.
That was insane, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Omar La Casa did his best. He still has the best hip swivel, I believe, in Chaotic Wrestling.
Well, I want to know more about what Brad Cashew's up to, but I'm sure we're going to have to find more about that in the coming days. And I'm getting word again, we have more of this makeover to get to, so let's send it to the video screen.
Yeah.
Shannon, first things first, accessories. Accessories are a girl's best friend.
What was that?
The bag, gorgeous. That hat, stunning. These glasses, actually, those are my favorite pair, Shannon. We're gonna find you another one, okay? Great.
Where did they come from? Do you
Moving
know
on
that?
to number 2, a killer outfit. Looking cute is literally the solution to all of your problems. So, which top do you want to wear?
Where are you pointing to?
Option 1, this little white band tee, I don't really know. And option number 2, this mesh purple number, it's giving mermaid.
The white one, I guess?
That was a trick question. The answer is neither. Shannon, you have so much to learn. It's actually kind of endearing.
To be concluded, ladies and gentlemen, that is...
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
I think we're going to see the conclusion here tonight. I would have chose the band team.
This is unit territory.
Introducing first, from unit territory, at a total combined weight of 404 pounds, Dream Crusher, Danny Miles, and the one, JT Dunn. They are the Unit!
The Unit, of course, coming off of a victory at Cold Fury alongside the returning Matt Logan and Merc Clan's own Big Man, Big Dog. What's next for the Unit, though? They've done it all, seemingly, here in Chaotic Wrestling. Both former heavyweight champions. They owned the tag team scene for a while. Here tonight, they have a debuting team with a familiar face in Starstruck.
Anything's possible. I mean, you're right. They have done everything. We don't really know what's next. Usually the Unit has a plan, and it feels like we're at a spot right now where this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Such harmony.
Hangman is coming down from the gallows and I don't have very long.
This is a vibe.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 443 pounds, world-class Channing Thomas and the alternative Anthony Green. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now officially starstruck!
I mean, amazing of what I just watched, but I need to go back to the Unit for a second. I mean, what's next for them was the question, and I think maybe they look to extend the Unit. Maybe they start scouting some talent. I mean, if they don't win tonight, what's next? Do they break up? I mean, we really don't know.
We have plenty of time to discuss the Unit's future, but right now we have a debuting team in Starstruck. Of course, the alternative Anthony Green, a former heavyweight champion, New England champion, tag team champion, has done it all here at Chaotic Wrestling. And a debuting Channing Thomas, who we've seen take over the Northeast in his own right. I'm surprised it took him this long to get here. Them together as a tag team, I think they make a formidable set of opponents for the Unit here tonight.
What an appropriate name for these two. Starstruck, they both look like stars, and I fully agree with you, Pat. Words out of my mouth. I cannot believe it has taken this long for Channing Thomas to end up in Chaotic Wrestling. I think he is a phenomenal talent, and Anthony Green speaks for itself. This tag team is literally going to take over New England, not just Chaotic Wrestling, but New England by storm.
The crowd is behind.
What a debuting match, by the way, against the Unit.
Certainly high profile here in these parts.
Crowd quickly in favor of the Unit, though.
It's pretty split right now.
There's a lot of star power, ladies and gentlemen, in that ring right now. We got our only ever four-time heavyweight champion, four-time former heavyweight champion, JT Dunn in there. We have former heavyweight champion Danny Miles in there. Former tag team champions is the Unit. Quite the debut for Anthony Green and Channing Thomas.
Well, Anthony Green, of course, he's been around Chaotic Wrestling quite some time. Former heavyweight champion in his own right. Former tag team champion with Cam Zagami, I almost said Cameron McLeod.
That was your former partner. But take nothing away from Channing Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not educated, let me educate you. Go to YouTube. Type his name in. Go to Google. Type his name in. Channing Thomas is not a new guy, and he's definitely not a stranger to in-ring competition, and he's certainly not a stranger to gold. So he is a champion in his own right. This is a fantastic competitor, and I'm so happy that he is here in Chaotic Wrestling.
Signs of respect from both of these teams towards one another. They're no strangers to each other. They've competed not only did Anthony Green and both members of the unit here in Chaotic Wrestling ring, but Channing Tatum's had his taste of action with these members of the unit elsewhere. Channing Thomas, excuse me. I'm so excited for.
That's the other guy you're obsessed with.
Yeah, you know me. Nice headlock takeover here, but a head scissors reversal from Channing Thomas. Quickly, both men get to their feet. Nice standoff there. I know, thank you. Channing Thomas, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the new threads on JT Dunn here. He's not usually a pants guy. He's trunks or long tights, but I'm liking these pants here. I like the new gear, I like the new look. It's very reminiscent of that Merc clan, and Big Dog did his job helping at the countdown. Help the unit there.
Thomas coming in, charging fast, trying to land something here, but JT Dunn quickly with his offense.
Hard to pick a fit. Wow, great arm drag here.
Anthony Green coming in, trying to make a save for his partner, but JT Dunn once again quick with the arm drag.
Hard to pick a team to favor in this match because I love every competitor in this. And if you're looking for a crackerjack match, wow, you're going to see one, ladies and gentlemen. The fluidity of both teams is going to be on display here tonight.
Now Thomas in full control here. Quick tags for Starstruck. They're working well so far, and from what I understand, this is one of the first handful of matches. I know it's their debut in Chaotic Wrestling, but they haven't even had that much experience outside together as a tag team. So far from what I've seen with the quick tags, they know what they're doing.
Absolutely, they are. It's called chemistry, ladies and gentlemen, and sometimes you just have it with someone. It's not just relationships, it's competitions in wrestling, it's football teams. You got Tom Brady and Gronk, not the AI. Chemistry is a real thing, and Anthony Green and Channing Thomas possess exactly that with a double hip toss, taking down the unit.
Both hitting hip tosses in stereo.
Starstruck up, the unit down. This is the image that Starstruck wants to see here in Chaotic Wrestling. Love that name. For no apparent reason.
You're a little starstruck right now.
I am. I'm a very big fan of Starstruck. I might have to put the boots back on, join the group. It's called Hitching Your Wagon.
All right, I'm here for it. Get some denim.
Denim.
Oh, springboard from JT Dunn. Feet to the back, cover here. Not enough though. Anthony Green kicking out at 2.
Staying in this match is Anthony Green.
Channing Thomas trying to get the tag, but JT Dunn doing a good job of keeping him on his side of the ring where he and Danny Miles can keep putting the boots to Starstruck Anthony Green.
Oh, heavy is the hand. That knife edge chop to the chest of Anthony Green was a thud. Oh, I heard that from back here.
Taking the wind out of the pipes of Anthony Green with that punch to the gut. And just throwing him into those turnbuckles is Danny Miles.
Channing Thomas is
very concerned, rightfully so. That was pretty brutal.
That was a hard hit there.
Here comes JT Dunn.
Oof.
And it looks like they're targeting Anthony Green's midsection right now. As Green's not giving up. He's going to continue to fight back and try to make his way over to Thomas.
Very good tie knee, I want to call out there from JT Dunn, who's always known to throw very precise and destructive shots and strikes there. We got a front face lock right now. Very old school control there. Trapping the arm in. Could go for a guillotine.
Some tag team action here from the unit.
Oh, followed up with a knife edge there. Big drop kick with a big senton. Referee being a little generous with the count there.
Danny Miles got all of that senton. Still though, Anthony Green has the will to kick out.
snap suplex by Danny Miles, going for another cover, pinning that hand to the mat, but Anthony Green bridging, getting that shoulder off the mat, breaking the count.
I mean, all he needs to do is tag in Channing Thomas, a fresh man, and this thing could turn around for Starstruck in their debut.
Absolutely. And right now, Anthony Green's trying to fight out of the corner of the unit. The unit doing a very good job splitting the ring, keeping the action on their side.
Now look at this, Danny Miles teasing Channing Thomas, a little friendly hello. Cover here, JT Dunn still unable to put AG away.
Anthony Green reaching for that tag still, trying to get his partner in, but again, kudos to the unit, man. That's Tag Team Wrestling 101, splitting the ring in half, keeping the action on your side, which keeps the control in your favor. And that's exactly what the unit's doing. That is why they have won the Tag Team Championships in the past. But
oh wait, I think the unit's getting a little too confident here, stalling too much, giving Anthony Green time to fight back, but quickly Danny Miles stopping the momentum. Hold on.
Trying to go right for a senton, going for that double stomp.
Both missed.
Oh, reaching for that tag.
He's as close as ever.
Fingertips away, man.
Oh, here we go! Tag made! And here comes Channing Thomas!
Flying through the air!
World-class Channing Thomas putting his offense on display for Chaotic Wrestling for the first time!
Looking like Randy the Ram through that air. Big clotheslines. I wouldn't even call those clotheslines. Those are lariats, my man.
And he's going full throttle, as he should, against two former Chaotic Wrestling heavyweight champions. And it looks like he's making easy work of him.
Unit sitting there. Oh, my. Very innovative. DDT neckbreaker covering the mat. Ah. JT Dunn kicks out at 2. What an impressive debut that would have been, huh?
He's not wasting time here. It looks like he's thinking, checking in on his partner.
That's a good tag team partner, man, because you know you want the victory, but you have to make sure that your second half is good to go.
But maybe that cost him. Maybe that delay there cost him that momentum. I stand corrected. Look at that fisherman suplex.
It's beautiful, but unfortunately not able to get the job done.
Impressive debut here tonight thus far from world-class Channing Thomas.
And Starstruck as a team. Anthony Green's pulling his weight as well, able to come up after the damage he's just taken, try and assist his friend there, partner. Uh-oh. Slight miscommunication. Counter. Oh, my.
JT Dunn making the best of it. Go for that.
Big lariat.
Look at that. And Starstruck almost just walked away with the victory here. JT Dunn, the very last second, kicking out.
This match is very good.
I have to second that, no doubt about it. And here comes Channing Thomas. Once more.
Oh.
Is now the unit.
Big punch to the breadbasket.
It seems JT Dunn needs to make a tag into his partner as the tables are turned.
Big body slam into the corner and quickly going for that cover. Again, may not put your opponent away, but it is going to take energy after being slammed for JT Dunn to try and kick out, get his shoulders off the mat. Sometimes it's just used as a tool. Oh, kick to the breadbasket again, taking the wind out of JT Dunn.
And now Starstruck putting on display their ability to cut that ring in half, keep JT Dunn on their side of the ring, and avoid at all costs Danny Miles, who is now fresher than most here in this matchup.
Chops of his own after dealing with chops earlier. Anthony Green sending the favor back.
Look at this. Anthony Green.
Wow, what a beautiful elbow. Slingshot elbow over the top rope, but not enough to get the job done. These quick tags, man.
They're keeping the unit on their toes. Oh, big elbow from JT Dunn out of nowhere. Oh, boot to Thomas.
He loses a tooth there. Oh my! We're going to see the Mario movie tomorrow. He just hit 2 Goombas.
Tag made. Here comes Danny Miles. Big crossbody off the top rope. Double knees to the face of Anthony Green.
You don't want to be in the corners when you got Danny Miles.
Uh-oh.
Comes at you like a truck.
He's not done. Taking a little break ski.
Gotta catch your wind. And the fans just woke him up.
Full throttle with that big clothesline to Channing Thomas. Ducks Anthony Green's clothesline. Has him over the shoulders. Oh, double knees!
Goes for that cover. Channing Thomas able to break up the pin. This is literally anybody's match. I wanted to say ball game.
It's baseball season.
It is baseball season. Opening season is today.
Might be time for Thomas's.
Very impressive.
He scouted the unit clearly, avoiding the pledge. Elder Tay out of nowhere to Channing Thomas.
Oh!
Big cutter from Anthony Green.
Off the back of his partner.
And now JT Dunn and Anthony Green find themselves perched at the top rope, and here comes Danny Miles, pulling Anthony Green down. Green reverses. So does Danny. Slingshot. Here comes JT Dunn with the Meteora. Double knees going into Channing Thomas. Miles with the cover. Was that 2? Was that 3? We're going to the referee who's saying that was 2. Double checking right now. I believe that was only 2. A lot of controversy right here, right now, as the unit is taking on Starstruck. And it was only a count of 2. We just went to the review here. It might have been some confusion with the sound of the knees dropping from the referee. That was only 2, folks.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we did see a replay. It was only 2. We were just as lost as you. That happens. The sound of the ring can throw you off.
Oh, super kick out of nowhere from AG. Channing Thomas sending Danny Miles to the corner, making way for Anthony Green to soar to the outside. And what a suplex from Channing Thomas.
Patton and AG!
Coming off the top. And I don't think they're done yet, Julian.
Getting the tag so we can get Channing Thomas to be the legal man.
Looks like he's going to try and finish him off with a pile driver. Anthony Green preventing JT Dunn from getting involved. Oh, what's this? Ow!
Oh, my! No way!
And Starstruck does it. They just beat the former tag team champions in their debut.
Here are your winners, world-class Channing Thomas, the alternative Anthony Green, Starstruck!
What a debut!
What a fantastic debut. From the time they've hit that curtain to the time you heard this music hit, Starstruck had me. And what a fantastic match. Both teams put on a hell of a fight, but now I really want to know.
Yeah, now time's for your question. What's for the
JT, get in here.
Yeah,
what does this mean for the unit?
I might get in trouble for grabbing the mic without the correct authority, but what's bullshit is you guys are chanting that and not for these 4 damn wrestlers in the ring right now. Let's give it up for world-class Channing Thomas, for Anthony Green, and for Danny Miles and JT Dunn, the unit.
Ultimate sign of respect here. Will the unit reciprocate here with the handshake?
I mean, you have to be a little dejected, right? You just had a very well-accomplished individual wrestlers, Anthony Green, Channing Thomas, debut as a tag team who clearly are not going to have the same chemistry as the unit, defeat you.
I love y'all. That's why we're here. A little bit is for us. A lot of bit is for all of you. These are two of the best in the world right now. People ask us all the time, 4-time heavyweight champion, multi-time tag team champions, one championship away from a Grand Slam, heavyweight champion here. Why do we stay in chaotic wrestling? What is left to accomplish here? The answer's real simple. It's having goddamn wrestling matches like that. My bag will be in that locker room forever as long as competition continues to walk through my front door. I know I do a lot of the talking. Danny's more of the violent type. That's why I love him too. This barbed wire wrapped up psychopath over here. We needed some tonight. The one night you didn't bring it, dumbass. Oh, it's getting sanitized. Yeah. But Danny, I know he revels in this sentiment with me. We only want the best. We've been around the goddamn world. You've been around the goddamn world. And you're going around the goddamn world. Yeah. And up until tonight, nobody realized that this purebred athlete made his freaking debut here in chaotic wrestling. Excuse me 1 second. This is the match I drove 2 hours for. What's your name? Tammy? I feel like I'm asking a lot of favors of the crowd lately, like probably every show. Can we get a, yeah, that guy. All right, one more better. I know you chant it when you see 4 sexy studs like this sweating in the ring. Hot potato. What do they chant? All these guys, right? Let's try the other one. We can do that one afterwards, but right now, we gave Tammy love. How about an all of us chant? Because y'all deserve it too. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Louder!
We'll be right back.
This is what pro wrestling is about. This is what chaotic wrestling is about. It's about good pro wrestling and having fun. When wrestling isn't fun, it feels like the rest of the bullshit in the world. We're here to escape. We're here to enjoy ourselves just as much as y'all are. And tonight, the unit, even in defeat, I had a good damn time. Now, all these guys.
Welcome back to Total Chaos. Before we continue the action, 2 weeks from tonight, Tewksbury, Massachusetts. No more of this waiting 3 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, April 17th, 2 weeks after that, Friday, May 1st, we return to Watertown. And for those of you who have joined us for the past 4 years, for Boston Brawl, we are returning to Excel Academy.
Godric has made his way out here.
Godric?
What?
Can I help you?
Do you know where Arcturus is? I've been looking everywhere for him.
No, nobody has seen Arcturus, but thank you for stopping by.
What are you doing? Can I hang out with you? Can I hang out with you?
Jeez, Godric, I mean, that is tempting offer, but we got more show. We got I'm sitting over.
I kind of feel bad for Godric.
I do. He seems a little lost.
But here to brighten things up is the Big Cheese. I think.
Man, oh man, I just love that song. But I gotta ask you kindly, all my friends, please step away from the rich Paladino, you pasty weirdo! Oh, you like that, huh? You like that? Oh, I got another one. Oh, okay. All right. I've been working on this one. GGC probably stands for God's Greatest Chump. Oh, I got one more. Come on, man. Come on. You got a face only a mother could love.
Oh
my!
Godric had enough of the Big Cheese's, cheesy jokes.
Okay, here we go. When Big Cheese is out here, the cheese puns begin with Pat Matthews, ladies and gentlemen. Godric is asking for a match. Feeling a little lost as he doesn't have the GGC anymore. That has disbanded after Milo Miro was able to defeat Arcturus for the New England Championship, and then Arcturus just vanished. He's gone. And we haven't seen him in the... Godric was, I think, stuck in a room for over a month by himself. And then he came out of nowhere, came out of a closet, and he's just been trying to figure out where Arcturus is since. I think he still thinks the GGC exists.
Well, he had one hell of a showing in that WWE ID prospect matchup against Jario Rivera, where he, quite frankly, put on one hell of a showing. I thought he might beat Jario Rivera for a second.
But Godric's a fantastic athlete. He's very good in the ring. He just needs some guidance. And I think that's what he wanted, is he wanted someone like Arcturus to guide him to a better spot here in Chaotic Wrestling, and it just didn't deliver. And I think he has like lost puppy syndrome. He just needs to find a home.
Big Cheese shredding things up right now. Pulling Godric up from the corner, not so lightly.
Take a seat. Onto the chest of Godric. Godric not doing too hot right now.
Big Cheese really laying it in.
Godric able to kick out and continue the bout that he started, really. I mean, the Big Cheese is just out here having a good old time in favor of Godric there, making fun of him.
Big Cheese is taking this from bell to baby bell, and we're going full throttle here tonight at Total Chaos.
I see what you did there.
So cheese.
I know, you slipped it in there very smoothly.
Uh-oh. Godric coming in hot.
Oh, wow. Big drop kick.
Barely a one there. The Big Cheese not giving up that easily. Still in this. Godric clearly did not take those jokes lightly.
Absolutely. The disrespect. I mean, Godric can't take that lying down. He's still trying to find his way, too, so he's got to deal. He's dealing with a lot of that anger, too. He's dealing with the frustration of not knowing his place in Chaotic Wrestling. I mean, he so far has tried to hang out with what? Milo Mira, Rivera, Rich Palladino, pretty sure he tried to join the Vegan Society.
Grasping at straws, but
really is, and I feel bad for him.
You know, if he gets a victory tonight, you know what, maybe he doesn't need someone to latch on to. Maybe he can carve his own path.
I think I have an idea. Pat, take him under your wing.
You think that's a good idea?
Yeah. You're a really good anchor at one point, and McLeod did really good at the weather. You have good leadership.
I don't know if that's ever been said to me before. But hey, maybe.
Just take. You'd be a good teacher, a good leader for Godric.
Something to think about. He's doing pretty good right now, though.
He's a young stallion.
He is the young stallion. But here he's got Scotty Slade over there at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy helping him out.
It's true, he does.
Scotty's a young stallion himself.
Always will be.
Always. Boot for the big cheese.
Trying to fight out of that corner.
Uh-oh. Godric caught the big cheese.
Taking that buckle and then face plant. Oh, wow. That was close.
That was close, but not enough. The big cheese able to kick out at 2. Godric putting on another hell of a showing here against the big cheese, Tony Navarro. Series of elbow drops from Godric.
Dropping these elbow drops back and back. Still not able to put down the big cheese. Kick out at 2.
Oh, big slap to the face from the big cheese. Crowd here in Lawrence is getting behind Tony. Godric continuing to wear the big cheese down.
Trying to squeeze the life out of the big cheese right now. Putting pressure on the carotid arteries of
the big cheese.
The big cheese. Godric dragging him back down. The cheese not able to get up.
I'm very impressed at the ability to maintain control right now. He's got an excellent rear chin lock locked in.
He's doing a very good job controlling the big cheese. Club to the back. He's going to use the rope as leverage here.
Oh, wait a second. The big cheese, though. Oh, wait. Godric once again maintaining his offensive control.
Wow, turns right into a...
What's he got in mind here?
I don't know.
Oh, we've seen him go up top before. He's done some crazy things. Oh man, what height! But unable to land it as the big cheese moved out of the way.
Jumped into the pool and no water in there, no cheese to catch him. They painted a picture of a pool full of cheese.
Now Tony Navarro fighting back. And now sending Godric to the other side of the ring. Pizza toss. Oh, nails it. And that's it. The big cheese does it.
Here is your winner, the Big Cheese, Tony Navarro.
You gotta look out for that pizza toss. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't either.
I didn't know how devastating it actually was. You can't underestimate Tony Navarro. The big cheese does it again.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, he's put me in the mood for some pizza.
I love some pizza, but hope you have time for some bread. Coming up next, the breadwinners in action, but before that...
I know it doesn't take that long to put on a dress.
Paris, I don't know about this.
Shannon, I'm sure you look fine. Just come on.
It's just I don't really think it's my style.
Shannon, it can be your style. Just walk down the stairs and show me.
Okay.
You got this. Shannon, you look so fierce. Do you feel fierce? Because you look fierce.
Yeah, totally fierce.
Okay, now, the final lesson. IMTTS. Pronounced ms, or better known as it's my time to shine. Now, this may seem like your normal catchphrase, but it's so much more than that. It's about the inflection, about choreography. So, follow me, okay? We're gonna point up, like you have a great idea. Then we're gonna point. Look at those shoes. You're gonna go back in. Ew, they're not designer.
Ew.
Then you're gonna head nod, double ew.
Ew.
So, when you get more comfortable, you can add some shoulders, some hips.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, I wanna hear your best oomph.
Okay.
Go.
It's my time to shine.
Okay, that was a little robotic. It's okay. So, one correction.
Okay.
Your tone was a little down here. It needs to be here, my. It's my. You got this. You got this.
I think I
believe in you. I
think I get it now. It's my time to shine.
It's still really robotic, Shannon. Okay, watch me. Okay? It's my time to shine. You see, flow, easy, effortless. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. You can do it.
All right. It's my time to shine.
Shannon. Again.
You know what, Paris? Thank you. The makeover is fantastic. I'll work on it, but I think that next time I should choose the activity.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna work on it, but next time, let me handle everything. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna work on it.
We still BFFs?
We are still
besties for the besties?
BFFs. Like forever.
You look great.
Yeah.
This is actually my purse.
Oh, take it. Do you want the rest of the outfit?
No.
I can give it back.
No. This is, you keep it. Especially the jacket.
Wait, I think it's missing one thing though. Now this feels better.
See? One more time. It's my time to shine.
Okay.
Get in character. Lock in.
It's my time to shine.
I'll see you next week.
I'll see you there.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Championship!
If I didn't know any better, I would say that Shannon Levangie is a bit clueless as to this
Introducing
makeover.
first the challengers at a total combined weight of 367 pounds, Patrick Wheatman and Cash Money McGinnis, the breadwinners.
The breadwinners are in the house. New favorites amongst the Chaotic faithful over the past few months, having debuted in the Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Championship Tournament. While they didn't make it to the finals, they had one hell of a showing, and we did see them at the Who's Up Next Battle Royal, where they continued to work together here tonight.
Did you see their training montage?
Oh, I saw the training montage, and I did not understand what that has to do with anything, but nonetheless, they're on the same page, at least.
They are on the same page. They are seeing eye to eye, which is always a good thing because we need more tag teams, and they're too young and up-and-comers, and I think they could do more damage together than they do alone. And when I say damage, I mean throwing slices of bread at the fans. You gotta throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, and Patrick Wheatman and Cash McGinnis right now are... They're the team to watch. I'm a big fan of them. They just need they need someone to direct them, you know what I mean? Maybe a Sidney Bacabella.
Possible.
I think Sidney Bacabella would be a great manager for these two. He's learning the new Gen Z hip language.
There seems to be a lot of recruiting going around with the, what's next with the unit? Are they expanding or whatever? Right. And you got Brett Cashy walking out with his notebook.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 394 pounds, they are the current reigning and defending Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Sean Vegan Keegan and Tofu Block, the Vegan Society.
And the Vegan Society, having won those tag team championships in the finals of the tag team tournament at Cold Fury, having taken on the Shooter Boys in one hell of a match. And we've seen the way these two have operated over the past few months since Tofu Block, the former, of course, Seabass Finn, started teaming with Sean the Vegan Keegan. Tofu Block does 75-80% of the work, and then Vegan comes on in and takes the pin victory from the pinfall. I'm starting to think maybe Tofu Block's kind of getting annoyed with that.
I don't think so, my man. I don't know if you remember, and let me go ahead and jog your memory, but Tofu Block, someone who was formerly known as Seabass Finn, has ended up in this position due to a stipulation that he set with what was a former friend. And at Cold Fury, we saw Tofu Block do the unthinkable. It was a shock of the year, in my opinion, and the year just started, where he broke the rules, hitting a low blow and causing the win for the Vegan Society. It's almost like...
I don't mean to cut you off, but Patrick Wheatman just took about 4 slices of bread and shoved them in his mouth.
That's a lot of carbs right before a match. I'd puke. But my point is that everything we thought we knew about Tofu Block and being against this Vegan Society has suddenly changed, and it's almost like Tofu Block is all in on Sean Vegan and the Vegan Society.
Well, it's brought them success with the tag team championship, so you can't argue that it's a terrible idea.
I fully agree with you. It's an unfortunate circumstance, or it's an unfortunate situation, because now I can't get behind Tofu Block. I can't. I just can't.
It's really hard
support.
to. He's so bland and tasteless.
Okay, that was good.
The breadwinner's ready to fight right here tonight. Got the sparkling gear that they debuted a couple weeks ago.
They have a great look, and they're young, and they're hungry, and they're looking for,
sparkly gear wasn't a knock. Just saying they got some sparkly gear.
I know. I'm just saying it's really good. What's also good is the control that Patrick Wheatman has right now with this collar elbow tie up here with Sean Vegan. Now a nice tight headlock from Sean Vegan, shaking a little bit.
Absolutely.
Tofu Block is watching on intently watching Cash McGinnis, watching the action in the ring. But again, I'm very taken aback by Tofu Block's decision to just go all in and follow this Vegan Society's ways, which are not. Wow, what a atomic drop that was!
Certainly was atomic.
Exploded him out of his shoes.
Just about. And look at this slingshot right into the corner here. Patrick Wheatman making the tag. Here comes Cash Money McGinnis.
Now we're going to see some of the moves that they developed at the mall.
Yep. They learned these at the mall.
I mean, they're young. I guess that's where young guys hang out, is they hang out at the mall, and maybe there is something.
Well, we didn't see what went down at Dave & Buster's afterwards.
That is true. That's probably where the training really started. And it's very smart of them to not display that, because the Vegan Society would have learned all their tricks.
You ever run into a mother with a 3-year-old at Dave & Buster's? That's where the real fighting starts.
Right.
Uh-oh. Sunset flip. Looks like Tofu Block can't quite get Cash McGinnis. And Cash McGinnis got all of that one. Uh-oh. Big chop there to the tattoo on Tofu Block's chest. Of course, again, that is the former Seabass fin if you're still not catching up on things.
Kick out at 2. And look at Vegan. Vegan's almost had a heart attack. He almost thought his tag team championships were going to be lost tonight.
Well, I gotta say, so far it seems that Keegan has been a lot more active in the matchup compared to how he had been previously over the past few encounters as a tag team with Tofu Block.
Well, at one point, I think Sean Vegan Keegan was going to take full advantage of Tofu Block, and he was going to use Tofu Block as a tool for his success. And now Tofu Block is on his side. He is on the side of victory and on the side of gaining these championships. And now that they have them, he doesn't have to use them as a tool anymore. So now they can become a true partnership, a true tag team. And they're not foreign to one another because they were catch and release.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. Absolutely am.
Just a different mindset now.
And also, I just wonder how long it will last because we know there is that underlying tension between the two that's just not going to go away. Oh! Sandwiched.
Got a little do-si-do action in the middle.
It makes perfect sense. A vegan sandwich. You get the bread on the outside and you get the vegan meat in the middle. Wow!
Is there vegan meat or is it just
Tofu Block?
Yeah, it's just tofu.
Uh-oh.
And a sour pickle.
Big elbow from the vegan Sean Keegan. Not enough, though, to keep the breadwinners down as Seabass Finn in his own right is taking it to Cash McGinnis on the outside.
Slamming his knees into the apron. You need your legs to stand, and it looks like it's done some damage to Cash because now Cash is holding his knee, and now this is...
You do need your legs to stand.
It's true. And now it's looking like a handicap match in its current form with Cash McGinnis being out of action here. Big suplex. Followed up by an elbow.
Recover here. Tofu Block looking to get the victory and retain, but no. Patrick Wheatman's still in this.
You can see it in his face, too. He's almost soulless. Tofu Block is not the person we all remember. After winning the tag team championships, he did unthinkable actions to make this happen, things that we would never think Tofu Block, formerly known as Seabass Finn, would ever do. And so now you can see it in his face. It's stoic. He's lifeless. He's aggressive. He's not approachable, I'll tell you that. But they're doing a good job of keeping the ring split in half. Not that they need to, because Cash McGinnis right now is hurt. His knee not doing too hot.
Man, you're right, he's still barely able to stand. He's now finally made his way to the corner. And right now, looks like Sean Vegan Keegan might put away. No, Patrick still able to kick out. And look at this. Sean Keegan Vegan saw that Cash McGinnis finally made his way up in the corner. Quickly eliminated that threat of McGinnis in the corner looming to make a tag. Now look at this. I think we're going to see a pile driver here from the vegan.
Big back body drop counter, though, and quickly getting Tofu Block in so that way they can't get the tag. It looks like Cash is ready to go. Missing. Oh, no, going back to that knee. Cash thought he was going to go high, but Tofu went low, and now Cash is out again.
Not looking good right now for the breadwinners and their chances to become tag team champions here tonight. The Vegan Society continuing to show off why they are tag team champions, why they made it through that tag team championship tournament over the past few months, having won just a few weeks ago at the biggest show of the year, Cold Fury, which again, folks, you can check out online on YouTube in its entirety. Right now, big matchup continuing.
Driving the toes, driving that feet, the heels, the weight into the spine of
the Tofus.
Now we got a camel clutch here.
And if you look on the outside, Cash McGinnis is actually being escorted to the back.
No way.
That cannot be good. You don't see that very often here at Chaotic Wrestling, where a wrestler can't compete to the point where they have to be escorted to the back. That sucks for the breadwinners.
It really does, because now this is indeed a handicap match.
And look at Patrick Wheatman just realizing Cash McGinnis being taken to the back as Tofu Block has got a chin lock locked in. Cash McGinnis said, no way, I'm coming back to back up my guy.
Cash McGinnis is fighting to stay to his feet here. He's going to do everything they can. This is an opportunity you never want to let go, and Cash McGinnis is willing to put his health on the line to win the Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Championships. All Wheatman's got to do is create separation, but the Vegan Society able to quickly thwart that attempt.
Oh, and look at this, Patrick Wheatman with a big spark of energy, seeing his partner come back, really ignited a flame. Oh!
Tag!
Just gets there, classic Patrick Wheatman fashion. And McGinnis giving everything he got, injured knee and all. Saw him injured on the outside, and our ringside nurse, Rory Vaughn, tried to take him to the back, and fortunately enough, McGinnis said, I'm still in this, so the breadwinners, they still have a chance. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Oh no. Tofu Block managing to fight out.
With a counter, but taking an enziguri, followed by a super kick.
Hold on. And, well, holding on is exactly what Vegan John Keegan was trying to do.
There's that target, that's that leg again, targeted. Had a bullseye, and now going for a quick pin. Getting the 3, taking advantage of an unfortunate situation.
Here are your winners and still Chaotic Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Sean Vegan Keegan and Tofu Block, the Vegan Society.
All right, enough.
Come on now.
The breadwinners don't need all this.
You won your match. You got your titles. You retained.
Right. Enough is enough.
And look at Tofu Block going after the injured leg of Cash McGinnis. And on the outside, Sean Keegan Vegan is just manhandling Patrick Wheatman. Now he's got a steel chair.
Someone's got to stop this. The ref's got to get in there, but he's going to put himself in danger if he does so. A 2-on-1 situation. This needs to stop.
Oh, hey! Starstruck! They're back! They had their victory earlier tonight against the unit. They stuck around here, and thank goodness for the breadwinners they did. Making the save here. It looked like Vegan Society was gonna rip off Cash McGinnis' leg.
That was a close one. Cash McGinnis and Patrick Wheatman, the breadwinners are just getting started here in Chaotic Wrestling. That would have been devastating for that to have come to an abrupt end with said injury, but thank God for Starstruck coming to the aid of Cash McGinnis. And Patrick Wheatman, they may have lost the tag team championships, but I think they gained some friendships, some allies in that locker room. And that's exactly what you need, is allies.
Absolutely. Well, folks, there's a lot more action to come. When I say a lot more, I mean our main event. heavyweight championship is on the line, but folks, we still don't know where that title is. Who do you think took it?
I have no idea. I mean, I will say there was one incident recently where things have gone stolen and they were held hostage to gain certain opportunities, but I don't want to go there. I don't want to point fingers without evidence, so I'm not going to say anything because anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Right now, let's send it to Rich Palladino. He's going to do the ring introductions for a main event.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up, the bar is still open. The concession stand is open. Tip your food and bar staffs accordingly. Don't forget, 2 weeks from tonight, Tewksbury, Massachusetts. 2 weeks after that, May the 1st, we're back in Watertown. And Godric interrupted me, but we have Boston Brawl 5 coming up back at Excel Academy in East Boston on Friday, May 22nd. Everybody here in Lawrence, give yourselves a big round of applause. It has been a real thrill to come back here after 6 years. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting Chaotic Wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening.
And then there's a way to live a K-tastic life. And that's on period.
Now here comes the heavyweight champion, or as he likes to call it, the skinny weight champion, Armani KAYOS. He won the main event of Cold Fury to retain against 3 other highly competitive individuals.
Very devastating. These guys are insane. You had Tyree Taylor, who, conspicuous by his absence, we have not seen. You had Mortar, former heavyweight champion.
What is poppin', Lawrence? For those of you that probably don't know, or I guess you can't see, there is a thief among us. Someone stole my heavyweight championship. Probably. You know, period. And I just want whoever stole it to come out right now. I'm in my serious era, relax. I want whoever stole my championship to come out right now. Oh, they want to play games.
Armani, someone did steal the Chaotic Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. It was me, Armani.
What?
No.
Why would you do that? Why would Sidney Bacabella?
Because when I look at you, Armani KAYOS, I don't see a heavyweight champion.
Jesus, come on. After all this?
When I look at you, when I sit there closer than anyone else, I see the most talented man that should not be a heavyweight champion.
Huh.
What does he mean by that?
I don't know. Now I'm a bit confused.
So I made a phone call to my good friend Reggie Parks. You know Reggie. Tommy Savoldi. I don't think, Armani KAYOS, that you are the heavyweight champion. No, you're better than that. Tommy Savoldi, bring out the new Chaotic Wrestling Skinny Weight Championship.
That's not Tommy Savoldi.
That's definitely not Tommy
God
Savoldi.
rest his soul. That is not Tommy Savoldi. That is LJ Childress. But we have a new title. a new championship. Look at that. That's beautiful.
That is a beautiful championship.
You're damn right. Say it. Go.
Sidney Bacabella was the one that stole Armani KAYOS' championship, and he replaced it.
Armani KAYOS, may I be the first to say congratulations to the first ever Chaotic Wrestling Skinny Weight Champion. Take this, it's heavy.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I've never heard of a skinny weight champion, and now we are having an absolute first, probably in professional wrestling history.
It's been about 20 years since we've gotten a new Chaotic Wrestling Heavyweight Championship belt.
Yeah, and now we don't even have one. We have
It's
a
a skinny weight championship.
This is unbelievable.
Well, can he keep that belt? He's got a veteran in BMT.
You mentioned earlier that he won this opportunity from the Who's Next Battle Royal, throwing out his other half of the monarchy. And now he is here to gain the absolute top crown of Chaotic Wrestling. That being the new Skinny Weight Championship.
Absolutely, and Queen Ariel is by his side, even amongst the tension between the two. Well, the three, if you include Prince Jamari, again, in that battle royal where BMT earned his right to face Armani KAYOS for the championship here tonight. He eliminated his wife, Queen Ariel, and his protege, Prince Jamari, very blatantly. And he's had this attitude against them ever since, but hopefully that doesn't become a distraction here tonight, because this opportunity is huge for the veteran of the New England scene in King BMT, former tag team champion.
No stranger to winning gold. He understands this pressure, and King BMT is a veteran of the game. He understands the pressures that come with these opportunities. He's been in these opportunities throughout his career. This is going to be no different, but Chaotic Wrestling is a prestigious land. It's the place that everyone wants to be at.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Chaotic Wrestling Total Chaos main event is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Chaotic Wrestling Skinny Weight Championship. Introducing first the challenger to my left. He is accompanied to the ring by Her Majesty, Queen Ariel. And she represents the winner of the Up Next Battle Royal at Cold Fury from House Monarchy. Weighing in at 195 pounds, the King BMT. And his opponent to my right is accompanied to the ring by a national treasure, former WWF Hall of Famer, Sidney Bacabella. And he proudly presents from the Upper East Side, so you know he got money, weighing in at Skinny Legend. He is the current, reigning, defending, first ever Chaotic Wrestling Skinny Weight Champion, the K-tastic one, Armani KAYOS.
Main event time. And the first time ever, the skinny weight championship will be defended here in Chaotic Wrestling. What a surprise from Sidney Bacabella and Armani KAYOS giving the belt.
Well earned. Well earned. Armani KAYOS.
Armani KAYOS didn't want to separate from that belt for too long. He already lost the heavyweight championship, whether it be Sidney Bacabella or not. He quickly gave the title for Sidney to hold up before the match.
Absolutely. And I want to give kudos to Armani KAYOS because people don't know this. Armani KAYOS did not always look as great as he does today. He earns the title of skinny weight champion by no means of easily paved way. He has really worked hard to get into the shape that he is in today. He's worked hard to climb the ladder of chaotic wrestling to allow to be our skinny weight champion of today. So kudos to him because this is very much well deserved. This is a lot of people I feel overuse this, but this really is history in the making.
Absolutely. What a year it's been for Armani KAYOS. Entering the year as heavyweight champion, going on to the main event of Cold Fury and walking out the winner against 3 other competitors. And now with that brand new championship belt, looks beautiful.
And the fans are really getting into the...
BMT was getting into it with a fan over there, but our skinny weight champion and Sidney Bacabella coming to that fan's defense.
BMT is letting the fans get into his head. And
oh, it's Charlie. Charlie's back.
It is Charlie. I saw him earlier today. I told him, I was like, I haven't seen Charlie in forever.
Always good to see the old Chaotic Wrestling fans come back. Charlie, of course, was one of the mainstays in the early 2000s. Shows here in Lawrence and Lowell. Right now, heavyweight championship on the line. Excuse me, skinny weight championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard adjustment, but we're going to have to get used to it. Things can change, and chaotic wrestling is constantly evolving. Right now, this is going to be quite the matchup here. We haven't seen King BMT, I believe, compete for any singles titles in chaotic wrestling in quite some time. So I'm curious to see where his mind is at. Like I said, he's no stranger to these opportunities, but we haven't seen him compete in these in a while. And what I was going to say earlier is chaotic wrestling is a prestigious land that everyone strives to compete at. And it has its history. I think a lot of people, sometimes even you've been in these positions before in different areas, but it's not the same as when you're standing in the middle of that ring with the chaotic logo down at your feet. You really are here to perform, and you really got to put it at your best. And so that alone has got to be an extra set of pressure for BMT.
Another solid lockup here. BMT's got the skinny weight champion backed up to the corner. Referee Brendan Paul counting.
Oh! You know why that push was so solid from Armani KAYOS?
How's that?
He's in a serious era.
He is in his serious era, as he reiterated to his manager, Sidney Bacabella, here tonight. And BMT once again weaseling his way to the outside to recuperate before anything really has happened yet. They haven't really gotten into it other than a couple of lockups, but BMT already shaken.
I'll tell you this, though, that's a very, very veteran-like move. It's take your time. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon.
Very well said.
Gotta take your time getting to the victory line, and he's not going to try and rush into this and make mistakes. He realizes that Armani right now has gotten the better of him up to this point, and so leave, regroup. There is a time limit, though. There's always a time limit, so time can crunch.
It looks like BMT had ordered referee Brendan Paul mid-match to check Armani KAYOS for any weapons, and Sidney Bacabella quickly coming to his champion's defense, saying, hey, if you're going to check him, why don't you check him? And BMT is looks a little bit against that. He doesn't want referee Brendan Paul checking what seems to be his lower half.
Yeah, it's some people hide weapons in their underwears.
Underwear?
Under there.
Oh.
Oh, no. BMT trying to take the non-wrestling route. He's taking the striker route, quickly jumping into bunches into the mouth of Armani KAYOS there. Trying to rock our skinny weight champion.
Big opportunity for BMT. You gotta be thinking he's been eyeing the Chaotic Championship for a long time now, having been around 20 plus years. To the opposite corner. Armani KAYOS though catching BMT.
Giving a little taste of the hump.
Whoa, BMT had enough of that.
Armani KAYOS does enough squats to use that as a weapon. And now we got a bit of a tarantula here.
We've seen Armani KAYOS use this before.
Kind of a modified tarantula there.
Very effective, but you only get a few seconds to use that. And that's classic Armani KAYOS for you.
It's not just physical, it's the mind games that he plays. And it can get under your skin.
And we already know that BMT already has a fragile ego as it is. Oh! Unveiling the gear here. Catching BMT off guard. Queen Ariel telling families this is inappropriate, but she's taking it a little bit too far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little much. It was a big surprise, though. BMT was not expecting that.
And Brendan Paul, you can hear him talk to BMT. I think he's had enough of BMT escaping to the outside. He wants to get things going. And now BMT's yelling at Queen Ariel. I don't know what reason. This is a singles match.
Now he's...
Oh, and look at Armani KAYOS taking advantage of the distraction. BMT is not on his game right now.
He is not. He is blaming everyone but himself, including his queen, who is quickly trying to cower behind Rich Palladino. She does not look to be involved. Sidney Bacabella is not looking to be involved, but he is going to coach his champion.
Oh! Nice chop there from the skinny weight champion, Armani KAYOS. In full control thus far. Oh, I might have spoke a little too soon. BMT fighting back. Breaking the count. Smart move. He doesn't want to ruin his opportunity here tonight. By count out.
Countouts do not result in title changes. There looks like referee Brendan Paul is trying to just get them back into the ring. Being a little... Oh my!
Armani KAYOS sending BMT to the outside into the crowd. There's a lot going on. Brendan Paul trying to make sure that Sidney Bacabella and Queen Ariel don't get involved. Armani KAYOS with the big double axe handle off the barricade. Be careful if you're a fan in the audience right now.
Yeah, there's action spilling out to the crowd here.
BMT, Armani KAYOS fighting over near the merchandise tables.
This is a normal match, ladies and gentlemen. There is disqualification and countout involved. However, this is to the referee's discretion. If the referee feels he wants to keep this contest going, He doesn't have to necessarily count, and that's exactly what Brendan Paul is doing.
Well, I mentioned it before. He got Sidney Bacabella and Queen Ariel on the outside. There's a lot for the referee to control, so he figured he might as well just focus in on the opponents, making sure that both outside competitors don't get involved. Right now, though, we can see it's BMT's getting the upper hand. Whoa, what a strike that was. I heard that all the way over here, and I'm on the opposite side of the venue. Oh no. Oh! Big back body drop onto the floor to BMT from our skinny weight champion.
That is, speaking from experience, that'll take a couple of years off your career.
Ouch. Uh-oh, watch out. They're coming back this way. It looks like Armani KAYOS is going to try and finish BMT off. I mean, why not after that big back body drop?
Now referee Brendan Paul able to wrangle them back to the ring.
BMT still alive.
Kick out at 2.
Kick out at 2. Now the crowd here getting behind the skinny weight champion as he's looking to put the final nail in the coffin of this one. Hold on. BMT slipping out. Armani KAYOS with an elbow. Who's got who here?
I don't know. They're jockeying for position up there. And look at Armani.
Once again, using those ropes to his advantage.
Very innovative offense, but it, as you stated earlier, it has a limited effect due to the, time constraint of the 5 count.
Nice leg sweep followed by a senton cover.
That was impressive.
It was very impressive, as we all have come to expect from Armani KAYOS. Our skinny weight champion. This is the first title defense as skinny weight champion here tonight in Lawrence. And we want to thank you all again for tuning in on YouTube and Twitch. Let us know where you're tuning in from and who you think is going to walk out skinny weight champion here tonight. Is it going to be Armani KAYOS retaining, or will we have a new champion in BMT? And right now, BMT is being counted out.
We reached the count of 10. I think that's going to be it, but Armani KAYOS doesn't want to take a count-out victory.
He's not that kind of champion. He's a fighting champion.
Trying to back up Queen Ariel to get BMT back in the ring there.
Oh, wait a second. BMT quickly getting back up. Was he playing possum a little bit?
He was, I think so, and yeah, you can see it right now. He's able to wake him right back up, and I think that's exactly what he was doing. It was a trap, and Armani KAYOS fell right for it. And now, BMT is going to take out one of the legs. Oh, using the post. Take out one of the legs of Armani KAYOS.
Man, I mean, it's one way to do it. He's dead set on winning that championship here tonight in Lawrence. He's going to do what he has to do.
And now he's...
And, oh, wait, look at this. Queen Ariel seems to be getting involved with BMT distracting Brendan Paul in the ring. And now Sidney Bacabella, realizing what's happened, he was able to convince Queen Ariel to not get involved, which I am shocked.
That is a very big surprise. I wonder if it has something to do with Prince Jamari. I wonder if that positive energy is rubbed off on Queen Ariel and she just feels a little more...
Or maybe it had to do with the way the Battle Royal went down with BMT eliminating both Prince Jamari and Queen Ariel.
Either way, we're seeing a different Queen Ariel because Sidney Bacabella able to get into her head.
It wasn't like they were the final 3. That was mid-match. He eliminated his team.
That is very, very true.
And Armani KAYOS not looking good right now after so far he had been putting on one hell of a showing. It was all Armani KAYOS, but after BMT was playing possum a little bit on the outside, took advantage. And now it's Armani KAYOS who has to fight back. And he's doing that just now.
Oh! Big jawjacker there.
This.
Hoisting him up.
Much strength. Oh, wait a minute, though. He couldn't get all of it.
BMT dropped his hips. Big trip there. Oh, we got a figure 4 leg lock, Kevin. Very devastating move.
Can he lock it in, though? He's got it. Figure 4 locked in there, dead center in the middle of the ring. One of the hardest moves to get to the ropes from. Sidney Bacabello trying to push the ropes towards Armani KAYOS.
He is. I mean,
he's old school. That's he's doing what he can.
He very much so. He learned from his predecessors.
And if Armani KAYOS can get to the rope, or maybe if he even can turn this over and reapply the pressure onto BMT's knees. He's there, he's at the ropes. Referee Brendan Paul calling for BMT to break it, and he flipped it over.
Applying that pressure, as you stated. Now the damage on the knee of BMT, by the way, which he is still favoring. He blew out his knee last year in Watertown.
True. Towards the end of last year.
It was not a good scene, but he was able to rehab it back to working condition since he's here competing for the heavyweight championship here tonight. However, still a lingering problem.
Ooh, what a shot there from Armani KAYOS. Like BMT was mouthing off to the skinny-weight champion. And Armani KAYOS had enough of it. Once again, BMT going after Armani's knees as he had been targeting earlier. Once again, going for that figure 4. KAYOS not letting it happen. Sending BMT into the middle turnbuckle face first. Seems that this is an opportunity for Armani to maybe recuperate a little and gain an advantage. Bacabella cheering on his client. And a one-legged Armani KAYOS hobbling over to his opponent. Can he take advantage? Blocks a punch. Nice one delivered from the champion. Again. BMT going for a boot. A reverse kick followed by another classic Armani KAYOS. Knees to the face. And BMT shaken, but not stirred.
Not James Bond. Oh! Putting BMT right where he wants him. Oh! Take a seat!
That might do it. Going for the cover, but doesn't hook the leg, and BMT is able to kick out.
That may have been the mistake of not hooking the leg. Armani KAYOS could have put away BMT there, but just couldn't get the leverage on the hips.
What's the skinny weight champion gonna have to do here? Oh wait, BMT slipping out. Go for what looks to be a suplex. Armani KAYOS reversing the leverage. He hit one, he's not letting go here.
Whoa.
Look at this. Nice bridge applied and a chin lock locked in. Almost like a bridging crossface.
Armani has to break it, foot's on the rope. BMT able to realize where he was in the ring, use his ring awareness, and quickly find that rope with his ankle.
And what's Bacabella doing right now?
Bacabella is trying to wake up his skinny weight champion. Bacabella had struggles trying to get people like John Walters and stuff to be able to come up on top, and he finally found his prospect in Armani KAYOS, and Armani KAYOS has not disappointed.
They work so well together. Armani KAYOS feeds so well from the energy and coaching of Bacabella, and BMT just spat in the face of our skinny weight champion, Armani KAYOS. And what a right hand from KAYOS. Whoa.
Oh my.
Oh!
Oh!
Going for that PME, but BMT standing up. I don't think KAYOS got all of that.
I don't think so either. I think he missed.
I think he missed is right, because BMT is back to his feet.
BMT quickly got out of the way.
This might do it, BMT. Do we have a new champion? No! Only two. Armani KAYOS is still in this thing. Back and forth action here for our main event. Our skinny weight champion, Armani KAYOS, defending the newly furnished title here tonight. Lawrence cheering on Armani KAYOS. BMT, though, the first to make it to his feet. Big opportunity.
Oh no!
Oh, BMT goes straight into our referee. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, double knees from Armani KAYOS, obviously completely by accident, as BMT moved out of the way at the very last second. We have no referee right now. And a low blow from BMT, of course.
The oldest trick, the oldest move, the oldest corner cutting method in the book. And that is a straight punt through the mid uprights. Now Armani KAYOS is hurting for certain. And now BMT has a plan. What that plan is, looks like it involves this championship, because he's making his way over to Rich Palladino.
Oh, come on now. You can't do that. Bacabella's having none of it.
Bacabella. Oh no.
He's the one who contacted Reggie Parks to get that made.
Because he did.
And now Queen Ariel has possession of the title. But BMT's demanding it. It looks like Queen Ariel's not letting go.
Why? She doesn't want him to.
Shouting match going on between these two. Queen and King. Oh, watch out!
No!
Oh, Armani KAYOS soaring through the air to the outside, aiming at his opponent, but gets Ariel as BMT moved out of the way. Queen Ariel is knocked out as she was just trying to prevent BMT from using the title.
Queen Ariel is out, and BMT just, it almost like he doesn't even care.
He basically threw her into it. Of course he doesn't care.
His queen, his wife, is hurt. A grown man just flew out, and he doesn't even care. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how important this championship is to some people. They'll be willing to sacrifice their own family to win that championship, and BMT is no different.
Well, he's never been this close.
Well, here's Prince Jamari.
Yeah, obviously coming out to check on Queen Ariel, as BMT should have been doing. All right.
Very concerned.
BMT is just realizing Prince Jamari's out here. And I don't know if this is very wise on the part of BMT, because he just opened up an opportunity for Oney KAYOS. PME nails it.
Able to retain. There's Oney KAYOS. Man, what a hectic end.
Here is your winner and still Chaotic Wrestling Skinny Weight Champion, the K-tastic one, Oney KAYOS.
Oney KAYOS successful in his first defense of the Skinny Weight Championship. What a match! He went through hell and back with BMT here tonight. But the victory was well deserved. He earned it.
Whoa!
What's going on here?
Lights are out.
Got a blackout. I'm on. I hear myself.
Hello.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Can we get the lights, please? Oh my God!
No.
Tyree Taylor's in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have not seen Tyree Taylor.
We saw him on social media. We got a little clip of him and his reactions after the main event of Cold Fury. He was more than distraught. Right now, he is destroying Oney KAYOS after he just went through hell in a match with BMT.
He didn't necessarily lose, but a fireball at the hands of...
He didn't win. That's the thing. He's tired of not being able to capture the gold after attempt after attempt.
A fireball took him out of the match, which was damaging to his eye. And he feels he didn't lost. He said that
he wasn't pinned.
He will get what is his.
This isn't the way, though, Tyree.
Oh, no.
Sidney Bacabella attempted another fireball, but Tyree Taylor thwarted it with that chair. And I would get out of the ring.
Oh, no.
It's too late for Sidney Bacabella. He was just taken out. And
oh
God! No! Tyree Taylor just destroying everything in its path right now. And this is more than just being a sore loser. This is a lunatic on the loose here, folks.
What has he got in that bag?
I don't know. I didn't even notice he brought a bag.
Me neither.
He's got a duffel bag, and what's he doing right now? He's got Sidney Bacabella. He's not a snake in there or something. What the hell is that?
Jesus Christ.
What the hell is that?
That is a gas tank, my man.
Oh my God! What is he doing with that?
No way, dude.
Oh my God!
I can't. No way. I can smell that.
Bacabella is being doused in gasoline at the hands of Tyree Taylor. And yes, I am smelling the fumes of that gasoline.
No shot, dude. I can't.
Oh, he's got a lighter.
Dude, if he lights him, someone's got to do something.
Everybody out of here, but Sidney Bacabella, somebody help him.
Guys, we need...
Good God almighty, somebody get this man out of here.
Guys, get on him.
Oney KAYOS, thank God, knocking.
Oh, man.
Tyree Taylor, sending him out of the ring. This is, get him out of here.
Yeah, keep him out. Keep him back, please.
The entire locker room trying to restrain Tyree Taylor. He was just about to set the goddamn ring on fire. Sidney Bacabella first.
Dude, like, that's too far, man.
And now what's Tyree Taylor doing? He's going out in the other way, trying to make his way back in. He's dead set on igniting Sidney Bacabella in flames here.
I get it.
It smells, it reeks in here.
I get it. I do, I get it.
Tyree Taylor has completely lost his mind, and I already thought he did. This man is dangerous, and he needs to be restrained. Somebody call the authorities.
Gasoline's too far on an individual. That's literal arson.
My God, what a insane way to cap things off here tonight in Lawrence. Total Chaos has been one hell of a show, but we're going to have to find out what's going to happen to Tyree Taylor from here. I mean, there has to be repercussions for what he just attempted. Folks, stay tuned to social media. But for right now, we want to thank you for tuning in. For Rich Palladino, Julian Starr, I'm Pat Matthews.
This is insane.
We'll see you in a few weeks in Tewksbury. Have a good night, everybody.
Jesus.
My God.
Once again, your main event winner and still Chaotic Wrestling Skinny-Weight Champion, Armani KAYOS, and his manager, Sydney Buckabella.